Now, whether it's Occupy Wall Street or the Tea Party, popular unrest is something that the politicians are beginning to tap into. We're less than 7 weeks from the first in the nation caucus, and Iowa Republicans have yet to settle on a single candidate. At this moment, a Bloomberg poll finds it's a four-way tie for the lead position. Our own Hans Nichols is in Washington, and he has the latest on the Republican race. Hans?
Eric, good morning. No one has made the sale in Iowa. It's a dead heat. Former leader of the pack, Rick Perry, has practically slid off the map. Let's look at the numbers. Cain, he's at 20%. Ron Paul, 19%. Mitt Romney, 18%. And then Newt Gingrich, also in that top tier, at 17%. But, Eric, the race is still fluid. 60% of likely caucus goers, they say that they could back someone else if they decide to. This is still very, very fluid. Eric?
So what is driving the race, Hans? That's the question everybody is trying to answer. The Iowans' top choice may ultimately not be their final choice, right?
Right, and it's economic issues. According to our poll, it finds that these Iowa voters care more about jobs, taxes, and government spending than they do about the social issues. And that's even though Iowa is doing pretty well economically. Unemployment's at 6%, commodity and land prices, they're rising. This poll is really a validation of Romney's low-key Iowa strategy. His embarrassing loss to Mike Huckabee in Iowa 4 years ago, it still stings. Romney at that time sprinkled some $10 million throughout the state for the win. This time around, it's former state agricultural commissioner Rick Perry. He's the big spender to prepare that Iowa soil. Political reports that he's pumping $400,000 a week onto the airwaves to make up for some of those past debate performances. And the former leader of the pack, well, he's now fallen to 7%. And another earlier leader, Iowa straw poll winner Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, she's dropped to 5%. Rick Santorum and John Huntsman, Eric, they are bringing up the rear, but it's still very fluid. Anyone can break this race open in the next 6 weeks.
Hans, thanks very much for a look at the Republican presidential race.